And that's all I want. I just want her to relax and start to let it go. But this is where, again, you know, you have to slow this down. That's why we add the muzzle on this, because how you can tell something's can become really entrenched over time is that's the problem. It's like coming to a hard stop. You know, you have a moment where you say, okay, I really need to slow this down even more. I need to add a muzzle onto it now. This is fixable. Okay, I don't want people to think this isn't fixable. This is fixable, but you really want to invest the time into it separately, layer this up. But this will help everything else. So you talk about, say, her issues with reactivity towards other dogs, okay? It's still a relationship issue. It's about control manifested. But here's the issue here with when you do kind of line this up with moments she's had going after other dogs, and it's been just like, you know, a couple times where that's kind of like the kind of obvious thing that's happened. When you start to really line this stuff up and say, well, something that's happening like every day, okay, like twice a day, she's possessive over food. So right here, she tried to get the paw up there on her muzzle to get it off for a second. But this is control. This is like fulfillment the wrong way every day. Every day she operates at that frequency where she thinks she has control over the food. So understand that this adds to that. Everything everything aligns with everything else. So by, again, addressing this, you're also helping that, you're helping other things, because that's the thing about appearances. You know, we base things off of assumptions, okay? But when you consider that if the core ingredients aren't there, okay, in terms of being on the leash or moments where you bring a dog under attention and control, that's all you're doing. You're operating off of assumptions, okay? That's all you're basing it on. There's nothing to reveal the truth of anything. And oftentimes it'll be completely upside down. You'll be making wrong assumptions. So here, I'm going to bring her up. She's very intense. The same thing here, she's giving me that look. Like, I don't like this. But I'm just normal. I understand when I'm doing this type of exercise, this isn't about making it personal. Okay, I want to fix her. You know, I'm calm. This is all about the method. It's safe now because I got the muzzle on. So this is just about going through a sequence, but I'm paying attention too. So when her eyes start to slide that way, you know, I add a little pressure to break those connections, those moments that I'm breaking it, because it doesn't have healthy thinking, it's stinking thinking, okay, about food. But in this exercise, she doesn't get to eat, okay? This is just a food exercise where I can put even more intensity into this exercise. But even as I'm doing this, understand, even though I have the muzzle on, okay, and it makes it safe for me, it doesn't mean that I should be trying to put too much on at the same time. It doesn't give me kind of a license to ramp it up too high. Okay, you always want to kind of do this in the normal way. I don't necessarily want her to trigger off or go into trying to tear the muzzle off if I can avoid it. So this is all about, you know, winning, okay, but that may still happen, okay? But it isn't going to be because I'm pushing it beyond what's reasonable, okay? So even as you do this type of exercise, for example, I know that this is going to take some time. I'm still going to layer this up, even in terms of how I'm doing the push-pulls and stuff, because I want her to come into agreement. That's my goal. So it isn't about just trying to trigger her off and have those moments happen. I don't want to do that. So just taking my time. Little push-pull. Put it down on her. I just want her to relax. Again, see her eyes sliding here. I'm just This gives you a really good kind of angle here. And this helps her get used to the muzzle at the same time for the, see that? See her head turn right there? Put her back and move down. That's it. This gets her used to the muzzle for the other exercises. We're going to be doing some more as we go start to slide into week number 2 here. I'm going to do a little bit, going to push the envelope a little bit more with the other dogs too. So you get her very, very close. So we got other dogs coming. She's whining again. I like it's like a protest. See right here, as soon as her eyes start sliding, I just putting a little bit of pressure to break that connection. Her body adjusts a little bit. So right here at an angle, it lets me kind of open that window up peripherally. Right, where I want her to be able to see it, but it also gives me the ability to be able to see or know how her mind is moving. When I add pressure, influence, buckle, okay? If you pay attention, her eyes will move towards me. But I want a little bit of, this is like pushing the envelope here this way. Because my next movement here, when I move up, I'm going to move right next to the dish, okay? I'm going to slide her right up near that dish. You'll see it here in a minute. This is like a rehab exercise, okay? So rehab means you're going to put more time into it, but it's a de-stressing exercise. Having a good moment here. I think she's just like realizing that, hey, you know what, this is just how it's going to go down. Because she needs to be able to be around food. Because the problem here is that when you have a dog that's food aggressive, lots of bad stuff can happen. Okay, when it comes to food being in the environment. Get her up here again, just enough to get leash pressure to get her to sit. Want her legs to move. Now this is where I'm going to line it up here, right next to the food. She definitely doesn't want to go down. So for the down, for this, just steady pressure, not over the top. This is about agreeableness by way of getting her mind to buckle. Feet move a little bit, that's what you want.